You ever notice how a simple feeling in your body can just blow up into this huge, complicated story in your head? Well, today we're going to untangle that. We're diving into how our minds turn these raw sensations into powerful beliefs that honestly can end up running our lives.
It all starts with something we've all felt. That sudden tightness in your chest or that familiar, uncomfortable knot deep in your stomach. At the end of the day, it's just a physical sensation, right?
But almost instantly, your mind just jumps right in. It can't just let the feeling be. No, it has to explain it. It has to give it a name, a reason, a whole narrative. And that right there is where the trouble can start. So let's actually break this down. How does this automatic process even work? How does a vague bit of discomfort transform into a full-blown story that we start to believe is the absolute 100% truth? It pretty much unfolds in 4 key steps. First, you get that raw discomfort. Step 2, your mind immediately swoops in like a detective, analyzing everything and coming to a conclusion. Then that conclusion becomes a story, a belief. And here's the really crucial part. This new story actually replaces the original feeling. It becomes a stand-in and it blocks you from your real experience. And here's the core idea. A thought isn't powerful because it's true. It becomes powerful because it's persistent. The more your mind repeats a story again and again, the more real and believable it feels, until you just accept it as fact.
Okay, so let's talk about the consequence of all this. This process creates this huge disconnect, right? We start living inside the story our mind created, and we totally lose touch with the actual, direct experience that's happening in our bodies.
And this is a perfect way to see the difference. The raw sensation is super simple. There's pressure in my chest. That's it. But look at the mind story. I'm worried about my job ending. See how the story just piles on all these layers of fear and anxiety about the future that weren't necessarily in the original feeling at all. And then we start saying things like this. We begin to identify with the story. It's no longer just a thought we're having. It becomes just me. And the moment we say that, we've completely bought into the belief. We stop questioning it, and that's what keeps us from feeling what's really there. So what's the long-term cost? It's huge. Every single time we choose the story over the sensation, we're basically ignoring and suppressing the real feeling. Now imagine doing that for 20, 30, 50 years. That's a lifetime of emotional buildup, all based on stories we never even stopped to examine. But, and this is the good news, it doesn't have to be this way. There's a simple but really profound path back to our direct experience, a way to gently loosen the iron grip these beliefs have on us. And it all starts not with fighting your thoughts, not with trying to force a change, but with simple, honest curiosity. It all starts just by asking a question. This right here is the first powerhouse question. The next time that story pops up, I'm worried about my job ending, you can just gently ask yourself, is this the absolute, undeniable truth? You see, just asking that creates this tiny little bit of space between you and the belief. It stops you from treating the thought like it's gospel. Now, if that first question feels a little too confrontational, there's another approach. This one's a lot softer. By asking what else is here, you're not analyzing. You're just opening up your awareness, inviting yourself to notice the raw sensation that's hiding underneath the story. So, let's get practical. How do we turn this insight into an actual practice we can do? Well, it's called the welcoming practice, and it's all about shifting your identity from being the story to being the witness of the story. Here's the practice in 4 simple steps. First, just notice your mind's story. Don't fight it, just observe it. Then, gently guide your attention back into your body, right to where you feel the discomfort. The third step is key. Consciously relax your muscles. Let your shoulders drop, soften your belly, unclench your hands. And finally, you just stay with the sensation. You allow it to be there without trying to fix it or make it go away. And this is so important. Relaxing your muscles is like a physical signal to your own nervous system. It's a nonverbal way of saying, hey, it's okay, I'm not fighting this. I'm allowing this energy to be here and move through me. It's an act of welcoming, not of resistance. And this is the fundamental shift, the real game changer. This practice starts to show you that you are not the thought. You're not the worry. You're not even the pressure in your chest. You are the spacious awareness in which all of those things are happening. You are the witness. And this reframes everything. Feelings are called emotions for a reason. They're meant to be energy in motion. They are literally designed to rise up, be felt, and then pass through. It's our beliefs, our stories that act like dams and block this natural flow, causing all that energy to get stuck. So, I'll leave you with this. Just take a moment right now. What sensation is present in your body? And what's the very first story your mind is offering up to explain it? And, more importantly, is it the truth?